Hi guys, Model Muffin here, how you doing? What I'd like to talk to you about in this video is the crafting ability and why I think it's worthwhile putting points into Crafter 3. Having a look through my loadouts here, you can see the ones that I use regularly all have Crafter 3 on. It gives you 75% faster time for crafting them, they really whiz by. If you have Crafter level 2, you give somebody a gift with every 3 items you make, and with Crafter level 3 you give a gift with every 2 items you make. Now the items are really important. You know, you can make Molotovs, you can make smoke bombs, you can make first aid kits, you can make grenades that you can throw or plant, as well as your shiv and your melee stuff. So they're really important to the game. And it's sorry, I'm just laughing at myself here. I went totally a different way to my teammates. I got mixed up between left and right when they all said let's go right. Yeah, so it's really important to the game to make them for yourself, but also to give them to your teammates, because it'll just make your team a lot stronger if somebody's giving out extra items like that. And for yourself, you get 100 points, 100 parts, whatever, every time you give a gift. Now, we've ended up in a fight pretty early here, but a lot of the time, I'll end up with getting my weapon upgraded or my armor crafted pretty much after, you know, a very short fight, because I'll have handed out a couple of gifts, sometimes 3 gifts, and you know, a kill or 2, and that's it. I'm ready to upgrade my gun, or I'm ready to put on armor. Now a lot of the time I've been putting on armor rather than upgrading weapons first, but I'm kind of inclining to the view that it's better to upgrade your weapons first and get your armor later, because your armor can get shot off pretty easily, and if you upgrade your gun early on in the game, that's it. It's, you know, it's done then for the rest of the game.
All done. Let's go. All right, man. I'm good to go.
Now, some people are kind of obsessing about keeping your clan population alive, and I will say that there probably are better ways of earning the parts that you need for doing that. You know, healing is probably the best one, and there is a collector perk, but this one is really good for team play. I mean, look, I've only downed 1 person I think so far, and I've nearly got enough for either armor or to upgrade my gun. It's not going to take much time at all. Now some obvious tips for crafting, and like I say obvious, but sometimes the obvious isn't obvious. Try and get somewhere safe for doing it. Now with the Crafter 3 perk or loadout, skill, attribute, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't take long at all to get them made, but you still want to try and get safe if you can. It's a great loadout for team play. Like I say, your teammates are going to love getting a Molotov every so often, or a smoke grenade. My shooting's not that great, is it? There we go, there's my armor ready.
Good to go.
But as I said, I decided to go for the upgrade of the gun instead.
Fucker ain't getting up. All done. Let's go. Give me a sec.
I'd also strongly advise that you don't craft anything until you've got all the components that you need to upgrade your melee weapon. Now the reason for that is, if you're carrying the plank of wood but you don't have everything that you need to make it into a weapon, when you die you're going to lose that plank of wood, and they don't come about that often in the supply crates, and having that one hit melee kill it's really advisable. Now, if you've crafted it and you die,
All done, let's go.
it'll be there when you respawn. So what I tend to do is hold off crafting anything until I've got enough to make that melee weapon. Once I've got that done,
All done, let's go.
I'm good to go. Start crafting the other stuff and start handing out the presents like Santa Claus on crack. I wonder if Santa Claus does take crack.
Uniform!
Anywho, I have said this several times already, but you know what? I'm going to keep on saying it. I love this game. I do. Right, going slightly off topic here. If it's a long range target like that,
Let's go.
I'd kind of rather take them down than, you know, take the risk that somebody's going to come and revive them. So I think, yeah, for the long range executions, I will finish them off. Or even if there's loads of people around, I'll just continue shooting at them, make sure they're down, they're not going to get revived. Now, if you are doing the crafter thing, it makes sense to hit as many supply points as you can. And I think this is a good game mechanic anyway. It does keep the game flowing. You know, it stops the camping thing. So I'm just going to laugh at something else here. See that bomb? It's glowing like obvious now, but I'm sure that I missed it on the actual playthrough. I'll try and get Nate revived here, but it is getting a bit hectic. Yeah, damn shame. I should have got that. It's not fair. They shouldn't be allowed to flank me like that. So there, yeah, there you have the way up. Would the armor have kept me alive there? Very possibly. I don't know. Yeah, another word of advice for people, you know, if you're not used to playing the multiplayer yet, is have a good look at the supply points, because people always plant bombs on them. I mean, I do it. Everyone does it. And it's a newbie thing to get caught by them. Those are my friends who got caught by it. They probably won't be watching this video anyway.
All done. Let's go.
But yeah, it makes sense to, you know, to make a circuit, get as many
Watch yourself.
supplies as you can. This is quite a large map, so it takes some time. But on the smaller maps, you can whiz around the supply points, you know, and you'll end up with so many gifts to give away that you'll end up always being armored, having your weapons upgraded, always having ammo. I think it's a good call. What's going on behind me? Somebody there. I was trying to see if I could mark him by getting his foot, but it wasn't.
Down one uniform.
Now, another thing you'll see that I try and do as much as I can is mark them, and sometimes I wish more people would do that. Especially if you've got the drop on somebody, mark them. You get points for doing it.
Wait a second, I'll fix you up.
And you know,
Let's go. Get back in there.
even if you're only marking one, there's a fair bet there's going to be more people around there. Fucking Molotovs.
Well, wait a sec, I'm fixing you up.
But if you think back to your average games, how many kills and deaths, you know, on both teams were caused by things like smoke grenades, by Molotovs,
get your
by
ass
thrown items? I think it's really essential to have them. And your team will only be strengthened by having more of them. Sorry, Dane, buddy. Couldn't get to you. You were mad for going in so soon, though. It's your fault. Yeah, I'm blaming you, not myself. Does anybody else do that? If your teammates run in and get killed, you say,
Firefly,
well, it's
watch
your fault
yourself.
for running in. But if you run in and get killed, you say, come on, guys, where was my backup? See what I mean? That this guy would not have got me if it hadn't been for that smoke. So many deaths caused by the throwables and stuff. So handing them out to your team,
Uniform!
you know, I'd say in an average game I'm giving out about at least 5 gifts. That's 500 parts right there. So the items that can be given out by doing it, it is totally random. You can't choose what you're going to give, unfortunately. So if your mate says I need a health pack, you know, you can't choose to give them a health pack. What it can give though is a health pack. It can give smoke bombs. It can give you grenades. It can give Molotovs. I think that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, it doesn't give like melee weapons or ammo. That would be kind of sweet if it did. Possibly a bit overpowered. It would be nice if, say, there was like a 1 in 100 chance of giving somebody a melee weapon. You know, just so small a chance, but just every so often it would be really sweet to be able to give somebody that in a game.
Firefly!
One thing I really do want to try, if I can get a bunch of mates to agree to it, is having everyone in the team with the top level crafter chosen.
Uniform!
Because if I'm given on average 5 extra items, you know, between the 4 of us, that's 20 extra items that have been given in a game, and I think that's significant, you know.
All done, let's go.
Of course, you've got to weigh it up with what you're losing, you know.
Hey, look, Firefly!
Try some smoke.
Time for a shift kill.
I can't see.
I know you can't see. Ah, nearly got away with it. That was a good call on that guy. But again, look, killed with a Molotov. If he hadn't had that Molotov, he wouldn't have killed it. So, interested in other people's thoughts on it? Anybody else agree with me that this crafter thing is a good thing and worth investing the points in? Or do people feel that, you know, there's better stuff to put your points into? Bit of a close call there.
Fucker ain't getting up.
I still love the violence of those. The special executions, they're just awesome.
Good to go.
See, now I've got bandages on my team. The only reason I made that first aid pack wasn't really for my own use. It was so that I could give somebody else something. And I'll do that a lot. You know, once I've got my melee weapon weighed up, I'll just make up as many things as I can so I can be giving stuff out to my teammates. It really is a win-win.
Let's go. One down.
I think I got confused here thinking that was my name. That's why I have the name muddled up. Somebody coming in behind me.
Force down.
Nearly had him. Oh, I did. I got him down. And he got me down at the same time. It's funny how he crawls around that and then just comes back to us.
Bastards are on their last legs. Hey, watch my ass. All done. Let's go.
Yeah, there's been quite a few times there by the... Sometimes by midway in the game, I've actually been able to upgrade that gun twice. If I don't rely on getting armor. I can't remember now if that's probably the... I put armor on twice, I would think, probably in this game. It is a difficult one to weigh up. I do know people who say that you don't need armor. But there's plenty of times that it has stopped me from getting kills.
Uniform down.
Wait a sec. I'll fix you up.
Get back in there.
There's me mate going and stealing my fucking execution. It was mine. Damn you, West Ham. Next time I play with them, I say, I gave you a shout out in the video, West Ham. Does anybody know if the bullets go through your teammates? I know they don't damage them. Does anybody know if they actually go through? Curious about that. Anyway, we're coming up to the end of the game. Coming up to the end of the video. I didn't do too bad in it. So yeah, if you haven't tried crafting yet, give it a go. And I think you'll like it. As always, look forward to any feedback. Love to see comments and stuff. 11 downs, 10 executions. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright guys, this is Muppet out. Bye!